A man's arrogance can cause him to become blind to what should be painfully obvious and blatant in front of him. Hi, this is Barry Phillips with 10-Minute Torah, day number 3 of the Torah portion Viera. Let's go to Shemot, or Exodus, chapter number 7, and begin reading with verse 1. So Yahweh said to Moshe, See, I have made you an Elohim, a mighty one, literally in Pharaoh's idea, a god, to Pharaoh, and Aaron, your brother, is your prophet. And you shall speak all that I command you, and Aaron, your brother, shall speak to Pharaoh to let the children of Israel go out of his hand. But I'm going to harden the heart of Pharaoh, and shall increase my signs and my wonders in the land of Mitzrayim. And Pharaoh is not going to listen to you. And I shall lay my hand on Mitzrayim and bring my divisions, that's military terminology, and my people out of the children of Israel out of the land of Mitzrayim by great judgments. There is a interesting scenario that Yah is intentionally setting up. He says, Moshe, you and Aaron, y'all go in there and talk to Pharaoh, and I'm going to cause you to be seen in his eyes as a mighty one, a competing god. Pharaoh would have imagined himself to have been the physical incarnation of the Mitzrayite god, Ra, the sun god in their estimation. He would have thought himself infallible. Aaron is 83 at this point. Moshe is 80. So these elder gentlemen have gone in and they are confronting Pharaoh, and they are going to cause him more heartache and headache than he can possibly imagine. But he looks with disdain and with contempt on these two men and thinks them to be nothing. Yah says, we're going to fix that. Yah intentionally uses Pharaoh's own ego, his own arrogance, his own selfishness, his own inflated imaginations of himself to work against him. Now it says that Yah hardened his heart, and someone might say, well, it's just not fair then. If Yah hardens his heart, he's preventing him from making a decision he would have otherwise have made. No, Yah is using his own inclinations and his own desires, his own imaginations against him. Your adversary, Hasatan, does much the same thing. He sees the evidence of where your mind is at. He sees the ideas that you seem to be acting out on, the words that you're allowing to flow out of the heart. Yeshua is saying that out of the heart the mouth speaks. So Hasatan, while he cannot read your mind and cannot read your heart, he can look for the evidence, and then he can use that against you, and often does. So our own inward self can be used against us, either by the hand of Yah or even by the hand of our adversaries. So Yah says to Moshe, now he's going to require some kind of a sign from you to see where the level of your God ability lies. The Mitzrites and this Near Eastern culture would not have been so much interested in miracles as magic. Magic was the commodity and the power of the day. So whether Pharaoh interpreted Moshe as an Elohim performing a magic feat or not, Yah says, let's let him imagine whatever he wants. But we're going to fix this. Throw down the rod and it will become a serpent. And we'll see what happens here, Moshe. So Moshe has Aaron to do what Yah says. Now, the word that is translated as serpent here is Latanin, L''Tanin. And again, it is normally usually translated as serpent or snake. But in the book of Isaiah, chapter 51 and verse 9, it is translated as crocodile, which would be more of the animal symbol of Mitzrayim, like the bear is for Russia, the eagle is for the United States, the lion is either for Great Britain, or some would say maybe Greece is a symbol of Alexander the Great. So imagine this. Aaron takes the rod, he throws it down on the ground, and it becomes a crocodile. People are scurrying around, and Pharaoh is not impressed. He says, magicians, come here. They do the same thing. They take their rods and throw them down. And let's just pause here for a moment. A rod, in Hebrew understanding, is tribal authority. So Aaron, from the tribe of Levi, with Levi priestly authority, even though it's not declared yet, he has the tribal authority. He throws down his authority. The magicians come and they bring their authority, their powers, they throw it down, and the crocodile, serpent, this creature of Aaron swallows up all of theirs. He reaches down, takes it up again, and it becomes a rod. He's just absorbed all of their authority and power into his own. So Moshe he's got this power stick, if we want to use common terminologies. He's got this power stick in the hand of his brother that does these powerful feats. Yah has a way of using cultural trends to turn culture on its own head. So we sometimes get the idea that he can only act and only will act within the parameters of our religious understandings of things. Yah knows what he's doing, and he will work in the rules of culture. He will work in the understandings of common culture around us and turn it all on their heads. Not unheard of. Now, it comes down to a pattern here, and there's a pattern among the plagues, the first 9. They are presented to us in 3 sets of 3. The first of each one of these 3 sets, Pharaoh is warned at the river as to the next impending plague. The second one of each set, he is warned in the palace. The third one of each of these 3 sets, there's no warning given at all. The plague just happens. Now, I'm not real sure why. Maybe you have an understanding and you can leave it in the comments as to why it was situated as such. It's something to consider. But the first plague is the water turning to blood. Aaron, Moshe meets Pharaoh basically at the river where he goes to possibly relieve himself in the first thing in the morning. They strike the water with the power stick and the water becomes blood. Now, the effect is that even water that is contained within vessels in their homes become blood. And the effect is even that the Hebrews have blood in their vessels. Why are they included? If we go back to the book of Bereshit in Genesis, we see that Yah says that the blood of Havel, or of Abel, is crying out to him from the ground. The blood of countless young male infants of the Hebrew people is crying out to Yah from the river. And with the power stick touching it, the blood surfaces, and the cries of this blood began to be more presented and audible and evidenced. The Mitzrites went along with Pharaoh's decree. So did many of the Hebrews. And so the evidence of lost life and the innocence of shed blood shows up everywhere to everyone who was involved. Do not be surprised at what Yah does in our day, how he acts in our day, what cultural norms he might be using. Watch out for that power stick. We still have it. It's right here. We'll see you again tomorrow. Till then, shalom.